Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. It is Warhammer Wednesday, and I've thought about it, and I've thought about it, and then I thought a little bit more. I have got to take my Adepta Sororita out of the box. Let's take her out of the box. So you've seen this figure before in a short, and she has been up on my wall back to the side over there where I have figures that have like, the little hangy bit on the box on the wall. But look, part of the secret to making room for more figures is everything can't stay in the box. These boxes take up space. And unless it's something that is going to end up, having a good value, in the future, there's no point in keeping it in the box other than keeping it neat or making it stackable. I'm pretty sure this is the house I'm going to live in forever until I'm done with life. So I'm more into unpacking and unboxing. And I kind of want her in my background there somewhere because she is just so amazing looking. So I think we're going to take her out of the box so we can set her up. Should we? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, you're with me. Let's take her out of the box. Now, if you don't know, the Adepta Sororita is basically the female space marine. That's the basic level. They actually have some abilities that I would consider to be a little bit better than a space marine. Because you have to remember the space marine legions, they're all male. They're all dudes. Make them that what you will. But in the future, I gotta get my little handy tool to open things up. In the future, well, there is only war. War is not limited to men. While there might be a separation of genders in some things, to be fair, like the ultimate equality in storytelling is in the Warhammer universe. Everybody can be fodder for the ruinous powers, and everyone can sacrifice their life for the golden throne. So we're not just gonna take my word for it. Let's do a little bit of reading from the Warhammer 40k lexicanum. So just the Warhammer 40k wiki. I'll be honest, that's where before I had a huge accumulation of novels for lore, that's where I read a lot of stuff about Warhammer and how I was just fascinated by all of just the intricacies of the universe. But let us focus on the Adepta for a moment. So, the Adepta Sororitas, also known as the Sisterhood or Daughters of the Emperor. Remember the Primarchs and their Space Marines, they're the sons of the Emperor, are an all-female subdivision of the religious organization known as the Ecclesiary or Ministorum. So they the religious police. Not to be confused with Inquisitors. Okay. Just like you don't confuse the Space Marines, you don't confuse them with the what are they called? The guards to the Emperor. They've just left my brain. The Custodes, the Adeptus Custodes. The Sisterhood's orders militants serve as the Ecclesiary's fighting arm, mercilessly rooting out corruption and heresy within humanity and every organization of Adeptus Terra, Earth. The term Adepta Sororita and Sisters of Battle are commonly assumed to mean the same thing, but the latter title technically refers only to the order's militant, the military arm of the organization, which is the largest and best known part of the Sororitas. The Sisterhood serves as the Ministorum's only official military force because of the decree, homegirl can't talk today, passive, rules that the Ecclesiary cannot maintain any men under arms. So that's really important. So hashtag loophole. So the religion itself of worshiping the emperor, the praise of the Lectitio Divinitatis, they can't employ men as their soldiers. It's kind of like, okay, so Lord of the Rings fans here, we digress for a moment. So you know that page in that scene where Eowyn comes up against the Witch King of Agmar, who is basically the Grand General of the ring wraiths, who were kings of men, fell darkness, the rings, blah blah blah. And he looks at her on the battlefield and he says, "No man can kill me." And she says, "Rip off the helmets. I am no man." And she takes him out. Basically the same thing here. Okay, hashtag loophole. You say we can't have men to be our military arm? Okay, women exist. So, hey, loophole's a loophole. Use it. This was supposed to limit the power of the ecclesiarchy. However, the Ministorum were able to circumvent this decree by using the all-female force of the sisterhood. There is naturally some overlap between the duties of the sisterhood and the Inquisition, because remember, the Inquisition, they fight the Xenos, they fight the heretic, they fight the chaos, they root out the heretic and the unknown throughout. Well, the ecclesiarchy is the actual church of Terra that worships the emperor. Entombed on the golden throne and the rest of it. They were not allowed to have the army. I would liken it to if think about the Inquisition, the actual Inquisition way back with the Catholic Church and all that. That's as deep as I'm going into that right now. But the church itself was not supposed to have its own army. And the way that they had armies was by making friends with whoever the rulers were at the time. So even though they didn't have their own army, so to speak, they had access to the guards, to the militaries that belonged to noble families and whatnot that were tied to the church. And it's a whole history. I got to learn all about that in my medieval history class that you've heard me talk about. Oh, I learned so much in that class. I was like, oh, this is how this happened. Well, no wonder. We are so messed up today. But anywho, let's keep reading. Let's keep going before we unbox our sister here. There's naturally some overlap between the duties of the sisterhood and the Inquisition. For this reason, although the Inquisition and the sisterhood remain entirely separate organizations, the orders militant of the sisterhood are the go-to favored option when an Ordo Hereticus Inquisitor needs a soldier. So if someone in the Inquisition needs a soldier, especially the heresy arm, which is the religious arm of the Inquisition, they will go and get themselves one of the sisters to do their fighting. So we're not going to really get into the founding of them. They've gone through some Reformation and some other things. But being part of the ecclesiarchy, they're divided between two convents, convent women. Monastery men. The convent prioris located on Terra, so these are women who are trained on Earth, and the convent sanctorum based on Ophelia 7, although in practice their forces are spread all throughout the galaxy. The overall commander and spiritual leader of the entire sisterhood is the abbess of the Adepta Sororita. As the leader of the Adepta Sororitas, the abbess is sometimes elected into the High Lords of Terra. Which it's a position, just like if we had an abbess in, a nunnery or whatnot. It is a position that can be elected, like the mothers in Catholicism, or, the priest and the bishops and whatnot. Those are ranks that you rise through in the religious hierarchy. And each convent will have a mother superior. That should be assigned to them to look over the religious education of the women stationed there, just like there would be a priest or a bishop over a monastery. So we've got a list of the different abbesses. So as you know, they come up, they die, they go away. Whoever has that position could eventually be a High Lord of Terra if needed. So they do a lot, but as the religious fighting arm, here's what's interesting. So Space Marines, whether it is the female or male version, because let's be real, they're female Space Marines, power armor, genetically modified, and the whole thing. What's different about them from actual male Space Marines is these are regular humans in power armor. The Space Marine men are genetically modified humans in power armor. However, because of that, there are things on a chaos and spiritual level that they can do that the Space Marines could never do because of their modifications. Some would argue that it's the genetic modification of the Space Marines that actually corrupted their human genome to the point that they were so susceptible to chaos. I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying what what some of the Warhammer scholars out there surmise. But they are human, which I think on a level makes them more powerful. Not to take anything away from the Space Marines, y'all know how I feel about the Word Bearers. You know how I feel about the Salamanders, Vulcan Lifts. I love my Space Marines. But for them to do what they do, they require, 3 extra hearts. They require blood that's tantamount equal to acid. They do not. They do what they do as a human with augmentation that is external, not internal. Like the Space Marines are modified to the point that they could go to a planet where there's bad water that could borderline, or no, not borderline, be acid, and they can drink it and live and be okay. Like they regenerate. They do not. Which makes them more careful and calculating when it comes to fulfilling their duties as Adepta. So now that we've talked them up, let's take her out and see how magnificent she really is. So I've already cut the top of the box here with my little handy tool that lives on my desk. Y'all have seen it before. Oh, wait, there's more tape. There's always more tape. You think you got it all, and there's more. But the handy tool stays here just for unboxing action figures. That's its purpose. I found this particular figure at Target during the thing, actually. Y'all know. Them 2 years we were all at home. So, she's heavy. Like, I mean, obviously it was in a box. It had weight to it, but I thought the weight was coming from the box. Oh, no. This figure is heavy. Oh, she's magnificent. Look at that. Look at her. Look at her. You see, she's got her ecclesiarchy little emblem there. Oh, there's her emblem, her sigil of being loyal to the Emperor. Oh, she's beautiful. I do love that she's got a nice chain sword here. I might use this. I've got 5 more word bearers to paint. And then, probably in a couple of months, I'll get into painting my Horus Heresy armies. Yep, there's a rubber band holding that in. Well, there's no going back now. We're cutting that. So I can take it out. Don't cut towards yourself. That's not safe. There we go. So, yeah, so that actually will be pretty good inspiration. My word bearers, I ended up making their guns look very battle worn because they're chaos. I mean, everything's not shiny and new anymore. But this is shiny and new because if you work for the Emperor, only the best. And then she's got a bolter here as well. And the way you know if it's a bolter or a last pistol is last pistols don't have bullets or shells. This one has... Ow! This one definitely has shells attached to it, so I know that that is a bolter and not a last pistol. The more you know. So she's got her weapons, but let's extricate her from her plastic tomb. Well, that's tighter than I thought it would be. There's noise. Does this count as ASMR? It doesn't. It is not ASMR at all. I have a lot of admiration, though, for the people who do the figure building and do all, like, the snips and stuff. You can hear every single one. I don't know what kind of editing it takes to do that, but my God, today, we are doing the Lord's work. Oh, yeah, once she's out, she stays, because I'm wrecking this. Oh, my goodness, I might have to cut this to get her... Oh, no, wait. And she's held in by a rubber band at her waist. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. Oh, come on. Cut. Ah. Again, don't cut towards your face. That's stupid. As I sit here and do it. Oh, there we go. Now she's much easier to free. Please don't have another rubber band around the head or something. I bet she does, and I don't see it. No, it's coming out. Come on. Well, that box is wrecked. That's going in the trash. Huh. Oh, okay. So this is cool. So her little like apron here, it's flowy. Like it's it's like a soft resin or something. Oh, and they matched it with the shoulder piece that comes down under here. Oh my goodness. This belt can actually come off. Who made this? Yeah, McFarlane Toys. Of course. They always do the most. She's got good weight to her. Oh, I like that. Oh, look at her pack. Oh, it's got the sigil on it. Oh, we've got the opposite Emperor sigil as here. Oh my goodness. Look at the boots. Y'all, I've been looking for a complicated cosplay. Like a lot of my cosplay I have are, you know, real clothing items that for like, you know, slice of life characters. Like I have a Jill Valentine costume, but hers is easy. It's a blue tube top and a long black skirt and some boots with the right wig. Like it wasn't hard. I've got like a few from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I've got like 4 of the dragons because but like those are costumes that I bought. I've never like built a cosplay. If I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna do it, like I feel like I can do. I mean, I'm 6'1". I don't look like it when I'm sitting down in my office, but I'm 6'1", and I practice martial arts. I feel like I can do this. What do you think? So she does have a stand in here, which I appreciate. I think, honestly, looking at these boots, will she stand up? She will, but not greatly. So we're going to get the stand out. Look at how they put that in there. It is suctioned down to the thing, to the back. Oh, God. Oh, they're making this so that, like, you lose all value when you open it. That's what they're doing. You know what? Hate the game, not the player. I get it. So, look, now that I've taken it out, there's a rip in the box. So, this box it's trash now. So, if I wanted to restore her and put her back in the box, like, just in a collector's value in 20 years, she's worth less money because she was taken out of the box. But this isn't a figure that I think I'd ever part with anyway. Like my Sailor Moon figures, like some of them I've been told, like, you know, oh, you should sell them. Like, oh no, I shouldn't, because I love it. I didn't buy it to sell it. I bought it because I love it. But I keep it in the box because some of them, like those dolls with that kind of hair and stuff, if you take them out, the Barbie hair, they're gonna get messed up, so they stay in the box. Okay, all right, here she is. So a lot of these figures, so she's got a hole in both of her boots. Look at these boots. I have boots like this that I could just fashion this piece and to go around the knee, the skull kneecap. I can do this. I'm learning how to sew, actually. My mother-in-law sews, and a friend of ours sews, and they are teaching me. And the only reason I want to learn how to sew is to make costumes. I'm not even kidding. Because then you can make stuff that fits you, that wasn't designed for the masses. Can I? Cool. Okay, yeah, I think I can get her to stand. So we've got Warhammer 40,000 printed on the stand, so she is definitely a 40,000 figure, which a lot of what we know in the modern lore comes out of 40,000, to be fair. Like the Horus Heresy, that's all 30K. But the roots of, you know, things like the Custodes and the Inquisition and all of that is rooted, like you can find where it started when you read the Horus Heresy. Now, I've put her in, she's kind of... I didn't break her. Oh, dear God. I should have left her in the box. So I'm trying to get her fitted for how she's going to stand. So I'm going to try the other boot. Let me see if this will stand up. This is harder than I thought it would be. Oh, okay. So she's got articulation in her feet. I'm going to do a small... Oh, even the toe... Oh, my goodness. Look, even the toes are articulated. So the knees bend. That's good. I knew the arms were fully articulated. It's like the wrist bend. The buckler would actually, this is not one piece in her arm. Like that buckler is actually floating. Wow. This is an astonishing work of art. Like it's layered. Like it's not just like one piece of plastic that they molded and sent through a sprayer. This is layered objects on one another. Wow. I'm glad I took her out the box. She is just magnificently gorgeous. The problem is, how do I make her stand without falling? So I'm going to see if I can bend this knee just a little. And I think that might give her the stabilization she needs. So let's try this. Let's try it this way. And I'm wondering if her weight counterbalances with the weapons. Oh my God, she won't stand. The stand isn't standing. Box. I'll be right back. So I'm looking at the box to see if I can figure out how she stands. So one hand has the sword over her shoulder. So it's coming out here and back. So the sword would be here. So let's see if this helps with the balance. So the sword goes in her hand this way. Oh, this is what I hated about my Terminator so much, was I didn't want to get the sword in her hands. I was afraid I was going to break the fingers. Okay, so this should rest on her shoulder here. So we're going to bring the elbow back. It should be more angled than that. Okay. All right, so we've got the sword. And the bolter is down at her other hip. Okay. So let's get the bolter in her grip. Where's she gripping it? Oh, it's like this. Okay. Oh my God. I mean, once you get the weapons in, they stay. But getting them in and not feeling like you're going to break it. So that over here. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. So, all right, there's that. And then there's how she's standing. Do I have to use the stand? I feel like I have to use the stand. So will this help with her balance? I'm balancing her on my desk because my desk is flat. So I'm going to see how she stands naturally. She wants to lean back. Her back is heavy. Oh God, how am I going to make her stand? I'm going to have to lean her on something until I figure out how to get her to stand straight. Because I'm holding her feet flat and she does this. I'll show you. So here's the feet flat, and then she just she tilts. And if I put her on her little stand here, she still tilts. So the stand won't make her, okay. Note with the stuff on, so let me set her down. No, I don't see how her ankle joint doesn't go, because ankles don't go forward. If your ankle's going forward, call a doctor. There's nothing in the toe. Oh no, I can't make her stand up. I think what I'm going to have to do is, I've got a lot of figures over there, like those little bitty plastic figures and stuff, that I've put them on their stand, but kind of had to lean them a little bit. Like I can use the sword tip, like on the back of the shelf or something, to make her stand up. But that kind of sucks. She's so beautiful. I have another one up there. I've got a blood angel I'm probably eventually going to take out the box, and I'll clear up a lot of space on the wall because he's huge. But I don't want her falling everywhere. She's not going back in the box. She's out now. But now the question becomes, how do I position her to where she's going to live her best life? Hold please. I'm going to go figure it out. So I think I figured it out. There's going to be a weird edit in there because it recorded me in the worst angle possible. So these were all arranged differently. I've got a Technique box back there of Legos. I'm going to eventually put that together. So he's in the back. There's a really nice Demon Slayer figure back there I received as a Christmas present last year from my husband. But y'all remember him. There's my Chaos Word Bearer. So I've got her sword touching that box. And she kind of is standing on the stand. When I set her down and then positioned her feet, she stood. So she's in here with Amegami-sama and Maruni Kenshin. When I tell y'all I have a collection, I mean it. When I say it's eclectic, like, look, there's Hamtaro, like it, and Uncle Roger, and Baby Yoda. Like, it's a whole thing. I have so many properties. But yeah, I think she looks good there. That's where she's going to live for now. So that was harder than I thought it was going to be. Wow, the light is doing me favors today. She looks good. I'm going to keep her there. I can see her from here, and she looks really good next to my Chaos Word Bearer. So that's kind of nice. These figures, she was $20, and honestly, I got her at Target. So Target and Walmart both have like those little nerd sections. They're not usually with the regular toys. They're over behind like the media section, like behind the books and stuff. So I did find this one in the toy aisle, in like a little nerdy section of the toy aisle. But there is a whole like adult nerd property section of both of those stores, and it's usually over like where the TVs and stuff like that are hidden over in there. Check it out. But I got these on sale, so I think retail they're like $20 a piece. But I want to say I paid like $8, because I mean, how many people are running around? Well, in my old city here, there's plenty of people looking for this. But my old city where I used to live, there weren't that many people probably looking for this. I got a good deal on her. So yeah, I'm glad I took her out the box. That was That was interesting. So yeah, I'm happy with her. She's beautiful. So what do you think? Should I make that a cosplay? Should that be my cosplay project for the year? Um, am I gonna be ambitious? I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it. Like all my other cosplays I purchased. Like the next one I'm doing, we're going to see Harry Potter at the Symphony. In a few months, I've got like a really good Bellatrix thing going, but we've got someone who's going to make a cloak for me in emerald green because the homegirl's a Slytherin. And then we're going to go see Encanto at the Symphony as well. And I think I'm going to do Louisa because I'm a big, strong girl. You know, but those are purchased costumes. Those aren't ones that I'm making. Should this be the first one I make? Should I do it? Should I Adepta the Sororita? I feel like I should. I really feel like I should. So that would be fun. As usual, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.